creeps, we're back in with freaking a vengeance. Okay, this episode is gnarly. So much murder, so much scandal, so many ghostly hauntings. Get your freaking wine, creeps. I'm drinking Red Splash, okay, which is basically blood splatter. It's amazing. This episode's gonna be amazing. So excited to be back. Yes! Ching ching to creepy creepiness. Yeah, baby. The history of Greystone Mansion starts way before the house itself was actually built, which was actually built in 1927. It actually starts with the story of Edward Doheny, however the hell you want to say it. Edward Doheny, I'm going to say Doheny Sr., who was this insane oil tycoon, rivaled Rockefeller, probably was an asshole, because I always assume people are back in the day, and insanely rich. Like in the 1920s, he was one of the richest men in America, and he used that money to, you know, solidify his financial future. So, well, what a guy. He targeted an administration, as people usually do, and had his son Ned, aka Edward Doheny Jr., we'll call him Ned, he went by Ned, and Ned's buddy, Hugh Plunkett, hand deliver in a black bag $100,000, which in today's dollars is like $10 freaking million, to Albert Fall, who was Warren G. Harding's Secretary of Interior. Basically was like, here, you're on hard times. Here's $100,000. Now give me exclusive oil drilling rights on federal land, which was the Teapot Dome scandal, because it looked like a teapot. So he had tons of money. Things were going fine. He had pull of Warren G. Harding's administration. And as a wedding present to his son Ned, he was like, here is tons of acres of land in Beverly Hills. Do with it what you will, son. Flourish. Build a estate. Ha! So Ned did. He took that insane 8 acres of land overlooking LA, and he built what is Greystone Mansion. He built it in 1927 for him, his wife Lucy, and their 5 children. It's called Greystone because of the greystone they used to build it. The house cost around $5 million, which in today's dollars is like 20 times that. It was the most expensive house in Los Angeles. And people said, even in the beginning, it didn't feel right. Like it just had a looming essence to it. And, you know, it makes sense since it was destined to be the place of murder, suicide, despair, loneliness, nothingness, horribleness. Never was meant for good, never had a chance. Ever. Well, you know that little black bag of money that Ned and Hugh delivered to Albert Fall? Yeah, well, the government found out about it. And, you know, it's bribery, and that's a crime. And at the time, this was the biggest scandal. I mean, this was the Watergate of the day. And so Albert Fall ends up getting indicted, goes to prison. And people are like, well, who delivered the bag of money? Well, obviously, it was Ned and Hugh. However, it was Edward Doheny Sr.'s money. So they were all, you know, subpoenaed, whatever you want to call it, to eventually testify in Washington. They're freaking out. Doheny Sr. and Doheny Jr., neither of them want to take the fall. I mean, freaking Ned's just moved into his mansion. He doesn't want to go to Washington, testify, and then go to jail. He wants to live in his freaking mansion. So his buddy Hugh, who was not rich by any means, but they've been friends since teenage years, started to lose his mind. He was going through a divorce, and he's like, whoa, there's these 2 rich men, and I'm the poor guy. I'm the one that's going to go to jail. So he was losing his mind. So badly so that Ned was like, yo, you should be institutionalized to calm the F down, if you know what I mean. Well, you know, things don't go well. February 16th of 1929, Hugh leaves his apartment from Hollywood. He drives to Greystone Mansion. The guards know him. They lead him in. Okay, he's always there. He has a key to the house. It's around 11 at night. Lucy apparently is in the library reading magazines, because what woman in the 1920s didn't stay up that late and read magazines in her library? Ned goes to the east wing into a guest bedroom, which we'll assume was his bedroom, because he was probably there all the time. He calls Ned on the switchboard, probably in Ned's room, and he's like, yo, man, I'm here. We need to have a little chit chat. So at this point, things get fuzzy. We know that Ned at some point in his silk house coat went to this east wing bedroom. Next thing we know, around 11:30 at night, Lucy hears a gunshot. Well, she doesn't go investigate. She doesn't even call the cops. She calls their family doctor, who's in Beverly Hills watching a movie. He comes immediately up. When he gets there, she leads him to the east wing. They go there. They see Hugh leaving one of the bedrooms with a gun in his hand, looking frazzled. He sees them. He's like, oh, shit. So he runs back inside. They hear another gunshot. Again, they don't go inside. Around 2 a.m. is when they finally call the police. And when the police get there, family had been called. I don't know why, but there was family there. And Lucy was really calm, and she was dressed peculiar. And basically, the upshot of it is the case was closed in 2 days. They stated Hugh Plunkett had killed Ned Doheny Jr. and then turned the gun on himself. Out of respect and sadness, Washington dropped the case against Edward Doheny Sr., and the case was dropped. So none of them ever had to pay for the Teapot Dome scandal. However, there's some contradictions going on with this death that is very, very, very important. One of them being how the bodies were found. Hugh Plunkett's body was found outside of the bedroom door, which makes no sense considering Lucy and the doctor's reports were that he was inside the room. He had a gunshot on the back of his head. Interesting. He was found face down with a cigarette under his hand. And Ned's body was found in the bedroom, face down or lying on the floor, a whiskey glass next to him, and like something else next to him. Doesn't matter. The point is, he had a gunshot here. So close range that it had gunpowder still there. So I say, A, Ned killed Hugh Plunkett, then turned it on himself. Or Lucy killed them both because she might have been crazy. We don't know. I mean, she lived in the house till 1955 with her next husband, who, by the way, she married an exact year to the date after Ned's death. That's weird. Also, Ned Doheny Jr. was never buried inside of the family plot, which gives rise to the thought that Estelle, his stepmother, thought that he killed himself, and she was super Catholic, which is a sin. So he was buried in a different cemetery, and Hugh was buried only feet from him, which gave rise to another rumor that they might have been lovers. What? I've decided I like Hugh Plunkett, and I'm going to vote for the fact that he didn't kill himself or Ned. I think this is a perfect case of the poor man taking the rich man's rap. Tell me how you kill yourself by shooting your own self in the back of your head. Doesn't make any sense. I say rise up, Hugh Plunkett. I say yes, Hugh Plunkett. I also like the idea of Hugh Plunkett and Ned being lovers. Puts a whole beautiful spin on the thing, don't you think? Poetic, you know? Maybe Lucy was jealous. Maybe she caught them in bed. Maybe it was a scandal. She's like, oh, I'm going to take your money. I'm going to take your house, and I never loved you anyways. Ned Doheny Jr., I'm going to take this place from you. I'm going to shoot, bam, 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 thank you, man. But it doesn't end there. A little girl, a 7-year-old girl, visiting friends of Lucy, was playing in the nursery, and she fell to her death out of the nursery window. Servants like to kill themselves in the house. One of the servants hung themselves in the servants' quarters, and another one slit their wrists in the meat locker. Lots of death and murder and intrigue. Just what I like from a mansion. Of course there's paranormal activity happening in Greystone Mansion. Are you kidding me? Did you not just listen to all the deaths and suicide that have happened there? Most common things. A lot of the security guards that are on the night shift quit on the spot. Too much footsteps. Too many doors banging. Even because now it's a park and they have events in the house, a lot of people that come and design the house have quit because, you know, they'll open a door, it'll slam. They've seen male apparitions, usually in front of an east wing guest bedroom. One designer who had put up pictures for an event, when he was taking down the pictures and removing the nails, he said the holes in the wall started to bleed. That is not the only case of blood seen in the house. East Wing's bedrooms, hello, the one where all the murder, suicides happened, a pool of blood is regularly seen on the floor. But just one. I say that's easy because it's probably Hugh, because he's probably pissed off. Not Hugh, screw Hugh. It's probably Ned. It's Ned's house. He only got to live in it, really enjoy the house for a matter of months, honestly, which is bull. I'd be pissed. I'd haunt that. Like, I paid for this $5 million. I better be staying in this house. They also say they see a female in the house around the staircase, which is like this grand, insane staircase. Not surprising, probably Lucy. She lived there the longest. I mean, hello. All I know, I've never gotten to personally be in the house because I haven't taken a tour. But I peek in the windows and I've certainly been on the grounds. That place feels so off. You look inside and it just feels like void of emotion. It's like the very stone itself sucks out any happiness from you, which I really enjoy. I really do appreciate the house. It's a magnificent house. Thank you all so freaking much for tuning into this episode. I know it was a long one. Hey, it's like a double feature. It was awesome. There was a lot of information to throw at you guys. I didn't want to cheat you guys out of the cool stuff. However, there is more that I would love to share with you beautiful creeps. If you would like to read more of the Greystone Mansion, head over to macabremondays.com to read the entire blog post on the thing. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Use hashtag Macabre Mondays whenever you talk about the show. And tell me where you want me to go. Hey, let's be friends. Let's be creepy, creepy Betties. Happy Macabre Mondays. Chin chin. Missed you guys. What? Whoa, that was weird. I apologize.